We're back from the break. Our second guest today is Patti Lawn. I believe that Patti is a person who knows a lot about what Chilliwack has to offer in the way of the arts. And that's what I want to talk to her about. So let's find out what Patti knows about the arts. Patti!
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for coming.
Nice to be here.
Thank you. I'm glad to have you here. So I wanted to start off, Patti. I was kind of fascinated because in your bio, you talked about going for your master's in Portland.
Yes, I did.
Portland, Oregon?
Portland, Oregon. I did have to do an on-site, some classes in the summertime, but I went to Linden for, quite a long time to take some classes with some fellow Chilliwack students and also some people from Washington State, some teachers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity because I got to learn a little bit more about what the education system's like in another country, and I just wanted to do something totally different. And it was my master's degree so that I could become an administrator in the school district.
Oh, fascinating, yeah, because I couldn't figure out why
Portland.
would
I go across? Yeah. And Portland's a fabulous city because it's a city of bridges, and that was another cool aspect to going to university there. It's just a beautiful city, yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it also said now in your bio that you got credits for theater and lighting. Where did you do that?
I did that, yeah, University of Victoria. I did some summer programs there, so I am really passionate about theater, and I found my niche actually doing theater lighting. So I did a lot of plays and hung lights at the old Arts Center and at the University Theater. And it was nice to have the formal training to be able to do that and really understand the process. So I decided, okay, I'm a teacher, I want those credits, so I did that. So I spent some time there working with other people, learning how to do that. Fascinating, wonderful aspect of my life. And I admit when I go to see theater shows, no matter where they are, my head is up looking at the ceiling, looking at the lighting.
It's hard not to, I guess, right?
I can't stop myself.
That's really great. Now, you're also a principal at a school?
I am a retired school principal, actually. I've been retired for 3 years. So I was really fortunate. I've always worked in the Chilliwack School District. That was 33 years of it. And I wanted to become an administrator, and I was lucky enough to become a principal. And they moved me to a school that really at that time had some catchment issues in that we didn't have enough students. So the staff, the students' parents, and we banded together and we said, you know what? My passion is the arts, the teacher's passion is the arts. Why don't we create a school of choice that's focused on the arts? And that's what we did. And we opened up this school that it was a school of choice, first one in Chilliwack. And through some wonderful people that we worked with, we created this program. We increased the attendance in the first year by 100 kids.
Wow.
And because there was a need, and that's where I retired from. And imagine going to work every day and you're talking about visual arts, dance, music, theater, drama, working with people who are like-minded and passionate about the arts. It was just the most wonderful experience ever. I loved it.
So it sounds like you're doing two things we're doing two things that you enjoy: teaching and arts.
Yes.
Right? It seemed to go together for you?
Yes, I feel really lucky. Not only did I love teaching and I loved being a principal, I got to, talk about the arts every single day. So I really had a fabulous career. Lucky me.
Just thinking back to your childhood. Now, as a child, were you involved in the arts?
Well, when I was growing up, my interest always was kind of crafting and drawing, those types of things. And I had fabulous parents who encouraged singing in the house, encouraged, sitting down and taking your crayons and coloring. And so I always had that interest. And I was also a very good kid. I was a good student in elementary school, and so I always did what the teachers told me. But really, truly, I was quite bored. If I had had more opportunities to do more of what I really like to do and somehow had more exposure to it, I probably would have been a happier student. And it's very interesting that my path led me to education, but always in the back of my mind, I always thought, as a teacher, I really need to think about what's going on in those kids' brains and what they would like to do and what their interests are. So that's how I taught, and that's how I encouraged other people to teach. And I always tried to connect with those kids who are not being successful and the kids who didn't really like coming to school. And that's why doing something that was arts related, especially at Leary, it was, we took in kids that were struggling, kids that had behavior issues at other schools, kids that just didn't feel like they were having a good time learning anything. And so we integrated as much as we could. And a lot of those kids were so successful. They got to move, they got to dance, they got to go to different places, focus on what their interests were, and just, you know, bring it together with their learning. So I feel like I made a difference in some of those kids.
Wow.
Based on my own experience.
Yeah. Like I know it's not wrong to focus on math and English and all those things in school, but there is those other children, right,
Yes.
who are like those little square pegs that are not fitting in that round hole.
Exactly.
So
Well, it's nice to see them because I think, you know, they come back and they say that was the best time of my schooling. I was engaged. I did cool things and interesting projects. And that has a lot to do with the teachers that were working there and the support that we had. And we never ever said we're trying to create, you know, the next Michael J. Fox or, you know, a dancer on stage. That wasn't it. They got a well-rounded aspect of what the arts are all about and where their paths could lead them. Confidence, that was the biggest part. As a kid growing up, like, please, I don't want to have anything to do with, you know, standing up and giving speeches and things like that. But
Patti, I just want to talk about the arts and in Chilliwack. So I'm just thinking that you have a lot of knowledge about that.
that I do.
All right.
I have been with the Chilliwack Community Arts Council for 3 years. As a retirement present to myself, I decided to get another job. So I was fortunate enough to keep working in an area that I enjoy. So I became the executive director, and it has been an amazing experience. We have an office down in Vedder Crossing, and from that little office, we do some pretty amazing things.
Can you give me some examples of what you do?
Well, how long do you have? We do, the first thing that we are really known for, we do some art classes down there. We do art classes for children of all ages. They range in variety from, you know, pencil drawing to crayons to paints to clay. We do adult classes, we do knitting, we do cooking. We have 2 amazing adult workshops that we created and we love, and one is called Corks and Canvas, and the other one is Beer and Brushes. And if you think about beer and you think about corks, you know that they're alcoholic beverages. But we have these great classes where people come in with their canvases and enjoy a glass of wine or enjoy some beer, and they paint amazing works of art.
Sounds fascinating.
And that's a big part of the other thing that we do. We try to reach out into the community and do some events and have some opportunities where people can come and enjoy what our artisans have to offer. So we have we're connected to Garrison Village Festival. We have local artists come in and they're able to demonstrate and show what they have plus sell what they make. We're responsible for our very big Christmas craft market in November. It brings over 9,000 people to the market, which is quite exciting. We also do the International Film Series, and that is just wrapping up actually this week with our Short Fest. So these are...
What is that about?
We have been running this for about, I think it's now 17 years, and it's in the fall and in the spring, and we work with the Toronto International Film Festival, and we bring in films that might not necessarily get the audience, you know, they're just very interesting little quirky films. This year we had 2 Academy Award nominated films. One was Lion, and one was Manchester by the Sea.
Ah.
And the one actually that we had last week was called Weirdos. It's a Canadian film and just won the Canadian Screen Awards for, I believe it was Actress in Film. So yeah.
So you're just showing them, like I don't quite understand the premise.
Yeah, they come in, people in Chilliwack can buy a pass to come and see all the films. It's just an opportunity for us to connect with a different art form.
Ah, okay.
So we bring them in. The first one actually was The Eagle Huntress, and it was a documentary. And so how many people would think to go and see this documentary? But it was absolutely beautiful, and the audiences came out and said, thank you for giving us that opportunity. It's beautiful. It's just another art form.
Right.
It isn't all about the canvas and the brush. It's about, you know, spoken word. It's about the handcrafted items, and it's still, we have a small gallery in our space. We have a gift nook where we have local artisans who have their work. It's opportunities for those creative people in Chilliwack and beyond to present their work, and people coming in to appreciate it and purchase it. So I'm currently on the committee that's working on Rick, Rack, and the Whack.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, hey, listen, I just have to say, the Symphony Improv team is going to be on the,
Yes.
performing with the Rick Rack or on the Rick Rack or
Rick, Rack, in the Whack.
That's like a tongue
It's a
twister.
tongue twister.
Yes.
And that's the beginning of May, so we're pretty excited about that, organizing,
It's something that's new to, obviously it's new to Chilliwack. So
It is new.
I'm excited only because I get to perform there, so that's
Yeah,
really good.
looking forward to that.
Yeah, it should
Good
be
to see
great.
it.
Okay, so you're involved with organizing, is that what you said?
I'm part of the committee, so I'm the one that's responsible for some of the front of house and the experience that people have when they come to the Guildhall. It'll be at the Guildhall and at the Rotary Theatre at the Cultural Centre.
So what are some of the things that are going to be involved in the Rick Rack? What some of the performances?
It's quite varied.
Mm-hmm.
I know the groups have been informed. We don't have the schedule set yet, but
Mm-hmm.
we will soon. And then the advertising will go out. But there's definitely a Facebook page, so people need to check.
Okay, great. Well, you know, unfortunately, we're totally out of time. I think we could have you back and do another couple of shows because you have so much knowledge. So thank you for coming.
Well, thanks
I really
for having me
appreciate it.
here.
And thank you for watching. And you know what to do. If you want to be on the show, just contact me. You're going to have all that information. Call Shaw. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're everywhere. Peace out.